Two drivers, two very different cars that could potentially win the FIA World Cup in 2019. We've got, closest to me, the Mini, and then we've got the Toyota. Stefan Pederhansel's car and Nasser Al-Attiyah's car. The Mini, it is a 3-litre turbocharged diesel engine car with rear-wheel drive. The Toyota is a 5-litre V8, but with 4-wheel drive. Surely that would give it a bit more of an advantage in the dunes. Well, actually not, because it's the Mini that is arguably about 300 kilograms lighter through the stages, through the dunes, than the Toyota. How many ways can you get to the stage finish quickest? Let's have a look. Here are the wheels of the Toyota. They're a smaller diameter. So imagine a skateboard going across a gravel road. It's going to be difficult as opposed to the larger tyres on the Mini. On the Mini, they've got the tyre inflation system going from the centre of the hub to the tyre. On the Toyota here, there is no automatic inflation-deflation system. So the crews have got to stop, they've got to get out, and they've got to reduce the pressure in those tyres manually. And that takes time all of the time. You know, over a 500-kilometre long stage, nearly 300 miles in length, the difference alone with being able to hit the rocks at the right speed could easily be 10 minutes difference between the bigger tyred Mini and the smaller tyred Toyota. Coming to the rear of the car, 3-litre diesel turbocharged engine in the back of the Mini as opposed to the 5-litre V8 petrol that's in the back of the Toyota. This is not all about power, it's about torque. Arguably, the diesel engine has got 900 Newton meters worth of torque underneath the right foot of Stefan Pederhansel. It's that low-down grunt that will get the car to come up the dune without revving the engine too much, without spinning the wheels too much, and therefore potentially digging in the wheels into the sand and getting stuck. If this rear-wheel drive car, the Mini, gets stuck, it's a lot harder for the crews to get it out with these tread boards than the 4-wheel drive Toyota. Again, it's a balance. Now let's have a look at the back of the Toyota Hilux. It's not your regular pickup because it's picked up essentially, well, a load of fresh air here, but obviously everything is so much more mid-mounted as we saw with the engine. Let's have a look at the suspension. We've got 2 coilover shocks at the rear. Why has it got 2? Well, there's that much of a hammering with the suspension over the rocky stages that it just relieves one. It's always better to have 2. Could it run with 1 shock absorber? Arguably yes, but then the temperature of the oil, which is measured inside the shock absorber, just gets so hot. We have sometimes in the past seen some shock absorbers explode, so there's a lot going on. 280 millimeters is the restriction of suspension travel on the Toyota. It's much bigger on the Mini. So again, horses for courses. How do you get to the end of the stage first? That's the balance. Now looking into the Toyota, you can see that actually the engine is essentially here. You know, the engine is right back, almost a mid-engine car now, with the drivers likewise right back beyond the B-pillar of the vehicle. Likewise, underneath the crew, we've got the spare wheels, we've got some spare parts. You know, that can add up just with the spare parts, with steering arms and toolkits, to some 100 kilograms in weight. Why don't they put the spare tires on the back of the car? You need to keep the weight low as possible. Now, going over to the Mini of Stefan Pederhansel, let's have a look inside and see how different it is to the Toyota. Much more forward seating position compared with the Toyota, probably by about 25 centimeters or so. And that gives them maybe a little bit more vision, a little bit more scope of where they're going, what camel grass, what rocks not to hit when you're at speed. The basic difference is rear-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive, a bit lighter with the rear-wheel drive car over the 4-wheel drive Toyota. That is the balance between Stefan Pederhansel and Nasser Al-Attiyah, the Mini and the Toyota here on Rallye Morocco.